Looks like scorch marks.
That's what it looks like to me, too.
Scorch marks? Like, what, there really was a fire here?
Well, that's exactly what they are.
But, no, that's impossible. I mean, Trudy only dreamed about a fire.
Well, apparently she more than dreamed about it, because these marks prove that there was a fire here.
Kay, you were here when Charity said she saw the fire. Why didn't you say anything? And why didn't you tell us it was a real fire? What do you know about this?
Well, see, Yay! Well, what, Kay? What aren't you telling us?
I still don't believe you've got rid of Charity. Why should we take your word for it? You don't have to take my word for it. What are you doing? Our friends in the basement are looking forward to seeing you and Dollface. Aren't you always telling me how close you are with your tenants in the basement? I would think you would be looking forward to seeing them. Oh, and don't forget your little stuffed sidekick. I'm sure they'll know exactly what to do with him.
Don't! Jimmy's too young to die!
See, now it all makes sense, because 9 months after Ivy went to Sam on our wedding night, you were born. Now, you have to understand that Ivy wouldn't let me make love to her for weeks, so she had to lie and say that you were born premature. But you knew, didn't you, darling? You knew all along, and you let everyone think that Ethan was my son. But you did write Sam to tell him, but you just got frightened and didn't mail it. So that letter, Ethan, is no forgery. The letter is the truth.
Is it true, Mother? You slept with Sam Bennett on your wedding night? I'm Sam Bennett's son.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it's true. You're Sam's son. No. Grace, come back and lie down, please.
I don't get it, Kay. I mean, why didn't you tell us there was a fire in here? Is that what you were about to tell us before?
No, of course not.
Hang on a second. These don't seem like ordinary scorch marks. Look at the rest of the closet. None of this stuff got burned.
Indeed. You know, if it were a true fire, one would suspect a more substantial amount of interior damage.
I'd like to call someone from the fire department to analyze the marks. Maybe a professional could tell us how it was set and how it was contained.
You know, it is quite perplexing that the entire closet wasn't burned down.
Well, don't look at me, Reese. I don't know anything about any fire. If I did, I would have told you, don't you think? There's got to be some other explanation for the scorch marks.
Don't forget the sulfur smell.
I don't like this. Whatever happened in here has got to be connected to Charity's disappearance.
It's one thing to want to seek revenge on me for banishing you to that cave all those years ago. But spare my little Timmy. He's an innocent in all this. Don't you give me that. He's your accomplice, your sidekick. He's your creation, for crying out loud. Besides, you can keep each other company for all eternity in the furnaces of hell. I'm sorry, Timmy.
But Timmy's too young to die. He hasn't even started shaving yet.
Will you listen to Doll Boy here? Forget it, Mini-Me. You aren't going to be meeting any girls where you're going. Hello, boys. Oh, before I send Tabitha and her little friend down, I thought you might like to hear exactly how I accomplished what they weren't able to do despite innumerable opportunities. Rid the world of Charity and her pure and innocent goodness. Oh, I'd rather like to hear that, too. Oh, I'm just sure you would. Fellas, it wasn't exactly the piece of cake that I hoped it would be. No. The dratted Pollyanna was always being rescued by someone or something, usually that boy Miguel. What did I tell you? It wasn't my fault I couldn't do away with her. The point is, I succeeded where you failed, because I am a better sorceress than you are. Yes, and that is why you and little Tim must be disposed of.
Grace. Grace, honey, wake up. Grace, please wake up.
Sheridan, where's the phone?
I'll call an ambulance.
Grace. Eve, why won't she wake up?
You're gonna have to give me a little room here, Sam.
Come on, Sam. Come on, let her do her job. The baby. Eve, what about the baby?
TC, would you get my medical bag from the car?
Thank God I came back. The story's getting bigger by the minute.
Grace? Grace, can you hear me? It's Eve. Grace? Honey?
I saw that she was wobbling. Eve, I tried to catch her, but...
Don't blame yourself for that.
How long was she at the top of the stairs?
A few minutes, I think.
Oh, my God. She heard everything? I'll never forgive myself if anything happens to her or my baby.
Sam, this isn't the time or the place.
Tell me, Eve, is my wife going to be all right? Tell me, is my wife and my child going to be all right?
I want to get her to the hospital as quickly as possible. And I want her someplace quiet until the ambulance comes.
The library. Sheridan said the ambulance is on its way.
Come on, Grace, honey. Wake up. Just open your eyes so that I know that you can hear me, okay? Grace, please wake up.
Sam, I know you're scared, but you have to step back and give me room so that I can take care of her.
I don't understand how this could have happened. Pilar, I thought you were taking her home.
I was going to. When I got upstairs to Ivy's bedroom, Grace was no longer resting. She was very upset.
Said about what?
She said that she got another visit from the little angel girl.
The angel girl?
Yeah.
The one she says she's had visions of before?
Grace said that she warned her that something terrible was about to happen to her family, something to do with your son.
My son?
At first, Grace thought that it might have something to do with Noah. But then she questioned the angel, and the angel said no. So Grace assumed that she meant your unborn child, and it frightened her terribly, and I think that's why she was on the way down to see you, so that you can reassure her and tell her not to worry.
And then she got to the top of the stairs, and she heard everything.
I tried to stop her, but I was just too late.
This is all my fault. Yeah. If I'd have told Grace about my past with Ivy years ago, none of this would be happening right now. But I convinced myself it was the right thing to do, that what she didn't know wouldn't hurt her. The truth was, it was a damn coward. Now, because of me, the woman I love more than life itself could die.
To be with Ethan. Miss Bennett and her baby have to be all right. I mean, do you really think that she overheard everything?
Well, if she was upstairs, she must have heard everything.
You think hearing about her husband and Mrs. Crane's love affair made her fall down the stairs?
Hell yeah. Well, that and the fact that Ethan is her husband's son and not Julian Crane's. I think hearing that would make anybody shaky enough to take a fall, don't you think?
What a horrible thing to have happened.
Just when I thought tonight couldn't get any worse.
Well, the only thing worse would be if Ethan finds out Teresa knew that Sam Bennett was his father and didn't tell him. Oh, such a shame about Grace Bennett, isn't it? Ouch. But don't you just love watching Ivy in her last desperate moments as the mistress of the manor?
I'm glad you're happy, Mother, but personally, I always got along fine with Ivy. It's Teresa I'd like to see out on the spit. The sooner that backstabbing, man-stealing witch is tossed out of here, the better off I'll be.
Oh, she'll be tossed out all right. Like yesterday's garbage. As soon as Ethan finds out that she knew he was Sam Bennett's son all along. Poor guy, he thought he was into her shock now. Just wait till he finds out that he has totally misjudged his tramping little fiancé. It'll be all right, Ethan. You'll see, I promise.
Ethan, I'm so sorry.
All my life I've been so proud to share the same last name with you. And you've always been the closest one in the family to me. Now...
I know nothing. I love you. Just as though you were still my dear nephew. Nothing has changed.
I wish that were true, Sheridan. But it's not. Both wrong. I mean, thanks to that headline, nothing is ever going to be the same for me again. What the hell?
Ethan, no, please, no!
How dare you sneak in here after everything you've done? Well, you're not going to get away with this.
She is just a slip of a girl. It's true, but she fought like a wild cat to stay out of that closet. Where she got the strength, I'll never know.
Timmy knows. She's got the forces of the good side with her.
Never mind the boy. He can't help himself. He had a huge crush on her. A match made in heaven, I'm sure. In any case, she fought. You know my favorite part? It was when she was begging her cousin for help. Kay was with her. What did she do? What do you think she did? Oh, all right. Yes, at one point she made a half-hearted attempt to pull Charity back. When I reminded her that I am the proud owner of her measly little soul, she reconsidered her course of action.
Timmy, sweet, beautiful Charity.
Gag me with a spatula. Anyway, it was an exhilarating, if somewhat exhausting experience. There were times when I actually wondered if I was going to succeed. But in true Hecubean fashion, I persisted. And ultimately, I prevailed. So you see, the deed is done. Charity and her powers of goodness will never be heard from again. The dark side has won. Let evil reign!
Anybody home? It sounds like Father Lonigan. We're upstairs! Hello?
Lonnie might need some help.
Miguel, Father. Can I help you?
Thank you, my son, but I think I've got it covered. We didn't hear you come in, Father. I hope you weren't waiting long. Not at all. The front door was slightly ajar, so I took the liberty of coming in. Is that you, Luis? Yes, it is, Father. My goodness, it sounds like Pilar's entire brood is here. No, it's just me and Miguel.
And Jessica. Mom and Dad aren't home. If you're
To be quite honest with you, I'm not sure who I'm looking for. I went to sleep earlier this evening and had a dream. More a nightmare, really, that awakened me with quite a start.
What was the dream about?
It took place within these walls, but it didn't feel like Sam and Grace's home.
How do you mean, Father?
Your mother's loving spirit always makes this home warm and welcoming. But in the dream, it was cold and bereft of warmth, as though something evil had invaded it.
So weird that you use that word. I was just feeling that earlier, especially in Charity's room.
Where is our dear Charity?
She's not here, Father. She's missing. We can't find her anywhere.
Oh, my. I was afraid of this. I sense the two things are very connected.
What if I killed her, TC? What if I killed the woman I love?
Sam, it's gonna be okay. You'll see.
You know, I'd sell my soul to turn the clock back just for 1 hour. A million times I considered telling Grace about my past with Ivy. Even tonight. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. And of course, I copped out again. Just didn't feel like the right time or the right place. And now?
Hey, listen, if you want to beat yourself up by not telling Grace about you and Ivy, I'm not going to stop you. But lay off the rest of it, all right? Listen to me, man. You had no idea that Ethan was your son.
I can't believe it's true. I mean, how can it be, TC?
Sam, I know that this is hard to accept.
Try impossible. Remember I told you? Ivy pulled this Ethan number on me a couple times before. And I was sure that this time it was just another one of her tricks to try to get me back into her life. But even though I didn't trust her, I double-checked. I had Eve check Ethan's birth records. And the files show that Ethan was born prematurely, which means that there's no way he could be my son. Right, Eve? Didn't you read the records and tell me that Ethan was a premature baby?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, maybe the records were wrong.
Or everyone else is. That'd make a hell of a lot more sense than what everybody's saying. Now, Pilar, you've known Ivy longer and better than anybody else. Now, she tells you everything. Now I want the truth. Is Ethan my son or not?
Where the hell do you get off? Slithering into my house with your filthy, vicious rumors.
Hey, what my paper printed about you was fact. Sam Bennett is your old man, whether you like it or not, and you ought to be thanking me for letting you know he's not going to kill me.
Thank you for printing something so private, so personal, something that is none of your damn business, and turning it into a sleazy headline just so you can sell newspapers.
Hey, we all got to make a living, honey. At least some of us do.
You're not even human. You're all just vultures swarming around us looking for anything just to ruin our lives, to bring us down.
Oh, hang on a second, sister, because I didn't make this story up. All I did was take a hot tip to my boss, and he told me to run with it.
Where did this hot tip come from? Who gave you the letter my mother sent to Sam? Who, damn it?
I want to hear from you, Pilar. Is Ethan my son?
Yes. Yes, Sam, it's true. You are Ethan's father.
Oh, my God. All this time I had a son. And I never knew it. Why is that, Pilar? Why didn't Ivy tell me years ago?
She wanted to, desperately over the years. But there was so much at stake, so many reasons.
Reasons not to tell a father that he had a son? Now, I had a right to know the truth, no matter what the stakes were.
It was an agonizing choice, Sam, but it seemed the only thing to do.
Oh. Certainly not for me. And I'm not even sure for Ivy or for Ethan himself. Now, if Ivy didn't have the courage to be honest, why didn't you tell me?
In the beginning, I considered it. But once Ivy made up her mind, she swore me to secrecy, Sam, and I worked for her. It was my duty.
What about your duty to me? What about the times that I brought you over my house? You spent time with my wife and my children. And you never once thought to tell me Ethan was my son?
That's not how it was,
How could you not
Sam.
tell me that? How could you keep something so important from me?
I am so sorry.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all.
Who sent your paper the email about me and Sam Bennett?
Like I said, the tip came in anonymously to our office computer.
Well, you still don't get it, do you? Your entertainment's ruining people's lives.
Ethan, let him go. He's not going to tell you anything, even if he does know.
You better get the hell out of here before I change my mind and send you back to your boss on crutches. Get the hell out of here!
I know it was hard for you, but it was the right thing to do. It wasn't worth it.
I wish I could do something to make you feel better. I can't believe what Ivy's done. I mean, having you raise a son she had by another man, a man so far beneath you. I mean, I always thought Ivy was cold. I have to wonder if she had any conscience at all.
I hope you'll understand, Rebecca, but I'm really not in the mood to discuss this.
Oh, of course not. I just want you to know that if you need anything, I'm here. taking Ivy's betrayal harder than I would have thought. But he'll be coming to me in no time at all for consolation, just as Ethan is going to come to you as soon as he hears of Teresa's duplicity.
Even in my sleep, the sense of impending evil was so strong.
You think something bad's happened to Charity?
I don't know, my son.
Look, I don't mean any disrespect, Father, but even Miguel can tell you that Charity's been known to sleepwalk.
Well, that's true,
And she's
but...
been very upset lately. She's even had these visions.
Charity was really shaken up tonight. That's why I didn't want to leave her.
Charity was home by herself?
No, Kay was here. I mean, that's the only reason I went out.
Kay? I didn't know you were here.
Yes, Father. I've been here all night.
I called Charity a couple of times from the party, and she said she was fine. A little tired, but okay. She said she was turning in early and that I shouldn't worry about
And
her.
I keep telling Miguel that chances are that Charity's okay. That maybe she might have just wandered off and someone's bringing her home right now, or maybe she couldn't sleep and she just went out for a little walk. I've actually got a couple of patrolmen out scouting for her right now.
I'm afraid you're not grasping the true meaning of what's going on here.
I'm not sure that
It's not your fault. It's very difficult, even for a man of the cloth. But there are forces out there that even the police cannot fight.
You mean forces of evil?
That's right, my child. Is this Charity's bedroom?
How did you know that?
Just a hunch. I'd like to go in if it's all right.
We were just in there looking. We're not going to find anything.
Perhaps nothing visible to the naked eye. May I?
Go ahead.
It's here. Evil's here.
Hail to the powers of evil. Long live the dark side. Down with goodness and light and all things bright. And not so bright. Any last requests, you two?
Well, now that you mention...
Are you kidding? I wouldn't give you a glass of water if you were on fire. Why? You have treated me like an ugly stepsister from the time we were both knee-high to a toadstool.
I didn't mean anything by it, Dracula.
Oh, yes, you did. You were always putting on airs, acting like your powers were superior to mine. Well, the party is over, sweetie. Yes, by the time I'm through with you, you're gonna wish that you were in a cave, like the one you vanished me to years ago. We'll see who's got the powers now. Ready, boys? Here they come.
Eve, you're a doctor. Now stop tiptoeing around and tell me the truth. Now, are they going to make it? Now listen, don't play games with me, not now. Somebody around here better start telling me the truth about something.
It doesn't look good, Sam. Grace should have regained consciousness by now. But until we get to the hospital and run some tests, there's nothing that I can say for sure.
Right over here. Be careful, but Harry, she's critical.
Please, God, let Grace and my baby be all right.
You want to know if it's true, don't you? I heard what Julian said, but I still can't believe it. It's true, Sharon. Ethan is Sam's son. Are you absolutely certain? Have you done blood test comparisons? Have you checked Ethan's DNA? It's not necessary. There is no test that is going to prove that Ethan is Julian's son, because he isn't. I have known who Ethan's father was from the moment I got pregnant. Why did you keep it a secret? I mean, not just from Julian, but from Ethan himself. And I always thought you loved him so much.
I do love him. I love him more than life itself, and that's why I lied, to protect him.
I don't understand.
You don't? Sharon, you of all people should. You know what your family's like. Well, mine was much the same. I was pressured into marrying Julian, and part of the bargain was that I stay married to him forever. If I had told the truth, Ethan and I would have been out in the cold, or worse. I wasn't afraid for me, but I couldn't bear to see Ethan hurt.
Can't you see, Ivy? That's exactly what's happened. Look at him. He's devastated. He's destroyed. Everything he's ever believed in has been yanked out from under him. You couldn't have hurt him more if you tried. Forgive me, Teresa. I know he's all yours. I wanted to let Ethan know how terrible I feel about everything that's going on.
Thank you, Gwen.
We both do. I mean, it's bad enough to have your mother lie to you about your real father, but then to have it exposed in such a publicly humiliating way. Who could have done such a thing?
I have no idea. I never knew there were people in this world that hated me that much.
Well, I hope you find whoever is responsible. He will. Ethan is not going to let this rest until he finds out who could have done something so despicable, so cruel. Good. To think that there are people who possess this earth-shattering information and went to a trashy newspaper instead of going to you first, it's unconscionable.
No, don't worry. I'll spend every day for the rest of my life finding out who did this to me.
Well, thank goodness you have Teresa here to help you through.
I know.
What a wonderful tag team we make, huh? Did you hear Teresa just hammering in those little nails into her own coffin? She is going to have Ethan so worked up that he's going to show no mercy when he finds out who's behind this. Mother, you're the one who sent the email to the tabloid. From Teresa's computer. I mean, if they ever manage to trace that email, it's going to go right back to little Miss Guacamole.
I felt so strongly it was here, and I was right. There is evil in this room.
Father!
Can you see what happened to Charity?
I'm trying, my son. All I know is we need to fight the demons from below before their evil takes over.
How do we fight evil?
Holy Father, we ask thy merciful protection from those who would seek to harm us. Protect those in need, both far off and close by, from those who would seek to destroy them.
Timmy doesn't want to die, but he has to go. At least he's going with his princess.
Oh, that is so sweet. At least somebody loves you, Tabitha. Even if it is just a stupid little doll. dare call Timmy names. I'd pit his intellect against yours any time. Oh, now you really ticked me off. You two have swilled your last Mark Timmy's.
I hope Grace and the baby are all right.
If anything happens to either one of them, I will never forgive you. Never!
They hate each other and they hate me. God, what have I done? We've taken care of Ivy. Now it's her turn.